G'day, how y'all doing today? So the other day we built this shelf and made it out of a piece of old shelving I had left over from when I remodeled this wall. And that video was called Woodshop of Youth. In that video, we built our own shelf L brackets to hold this shelf up. Made it out of the same material and everything, and they turned out really well. However, because the video was getting a little bit long, I just sped through that in the video and it's just done way too quick. So I decided to build some L brackets and give them the praise they deserve. And here's what we built. So I call these ones medium duty shelf brackets because the mounting screws are below the 45. These ones are stronger and will carry more weight because you have the one hole here and the other one, you go through the hole of the 45 and into the back of the bracket to mount it to the wall. So we've got two like that and one like that with three different finishes. This is just a walnut stain with a Varathane coating. This is just, I call it charred. It's some other weird name for it, Shishigabon or something like that, is all that is. This here has got the same burn effect on it, but it's got red paint on top of it, giving it this, I don't know, artistic look. And you can do this in multiple colors. You can stain them in multiple colors, and this is that. And then you have the ones that are on the shelf that are bare wood. So the following video will show how we build these things. And stick around, because at the end of the video, we're going to test how strong these brackets are. Not this one, these ones. And I weigh over 250 pounds. Is it going to be a failure? Stick around and find out. Okay, so let's start by getting this piece of rough cut I've got left over ripped down first into the widths, and we'll just clean it all up with the table saw. So this was an original piece I had left over. It's 7/8 of an inch thick. So we're going to set our saw 7/8 of an inch. So you can make the width of your brackets, whatever makes you happy. I like going 1.25 inches. That way it's not overpowering. So you're left over with a 1-inch piece, save it, it's going to come in handy for one of the brackets. So we're building 3 different sets of L brackets today, put together in various ways. The first one we're going to build has the horizontal and the vertical butt joint together like that, which in my opinion, you can carry the most amount of weight on the shelf with. All right. The second one is going to be put together with 45-degree bevels here and here. And we're doing that simply for the profile that the L bracket's going to have. So the average 1x8 you buy at the big box store is actually 7.25 inches. So I like my horizontals to be about 6 inches. But I like the vertical to match whatever the shelf width is. So if the shelf is 7.25, you want your horizontal from the top, you want your vertical from the top of the horizontal to the bottom, the same length as the shelf is wide. Clean that up first. There's our horizontals cut. So we need 2 of them. At 6.25. We need 2 of them at 7.25 to the long of a 45-degree bevel. cut our bevel on 2 of these 6-inch ones now. Bring this back around to 0. And we need 2 more of them. At 6 1/4. Okay, so we have the one bracket here. These are our horizontals, these are our verticals, so they're going to go like that. Grab our framing square. We're going to go 3 inches and 3 inches. That is 4 and we'll go 4 3/8 long to long. Level. So that's all the pieces we need for nice little 3/8 inch round over. All right. Hindsight's 2020. There we go. Hindsight's 2020, and as long as you realize that, things are going to be okay. Perfect. So I'll put a little round over on that. to make sure we keep them square. Like so. And our screw that we're going to put in there, although these are longer than they need to be, I want to go on a slight angle like that. So we get as much meat as we can here, going up into there. Like that. So we're coming out the bottom there, going into the bottom there. So the screw's going to go up into there. So let that soak into the end grain there as we get the other one ready. Now for the upright ones, again, screws are a little longer than I want them to be. I got to make a trip to the store and get some shorter ones, but I think I get a couple shorter ones. 1, 2. I'll put this one together with. That. Don't have to worry about the square on it yet per se, but you want to make sure that you're in line. Like that. These are butt joint. So I'm just going to screw them together now. Just let these dry a little bit. The excess glue out of the corners now where you can. And put the other ones together. There you go. So now these wonderful ones, Put a little bit more glue on it. All right. Like that. There we go. There we go. Nice and tight. Get rid of the excess glue. You set your tape at a solid number. You measure up 1 inch and then 2.5 inches from there. Again, 1 inch, 2.5 inches from there. Find your center. Then you're going to drill a pilot hole through there. As level as you can. 1, 2. These are going to be your mounting holes. These are going to be your mounting holes. We take our square. Find your center. Like that. Now these ones you're going to wish you had shorter screws for. But beggars can't be choosers. One. Two. Now for these ones, kind of sort of doing the same thing here. Make sure it's square. Put your angle bracket in there. And you want to mark off right about there. Boom. Like so. Same thing. So because these ones are much stronger brackets, in every way, all force goes straight down on there, directed straight into the wall. Okay, so with these ones here, same thing. Make sure they're on there nice and square. Take your 45-degree angle piece, slide it in there. That. Like that. So, and you're definitely going to want shorter screws for this. This is why I put one up, one down, because the screws are a little longer than I need to be. One. Nice and square. So just be careful there, because I need to get shorter screws. I don't have the proper screws for this, but I wanted to make this video. And I'm not known for patience. Nice and square. We'll get the other set put together real quick. Be right back. So this is the shelf we made the other day, and if you notice these brackets, I put little 45-degree chamfers on them first and then put them in. That's all natural wood. These brackets are more of a light duty. They're a little bit longer in the vertical, so you can put your 2 screws in there, and with a quality anchor, you're still going to get some pretty decent strength out of them. And then you have the heavy duty ones. Now, you have a hole there and in there to get it mounted to your wall with a good quality anchor. But how do you get a screw in there? This is where the fun begins. Find your hole, center of your hole, And you're going to square it over to your 45-degree diagonal. And then you're going to square that across the face and find center. Four. You take your pilot hole bit, start at square end just above the X, turn it 90 degrees, and go down through it. And this is a 7/16 rad point bit. You go down through the center there. Break out your sander, switched over to your finishing grit, whether it be 150, 180, however far you want to go up with it. This is 180. Make it all smooth, and then you take your screw, and it'll fit through that hole, and it lines right up with your mounting bracket, mounting hole. And that's how you can mount it. Let's see how strong these are. This is one of the brackets I built. It only has 2.5-inch deck screws holding it to my workbench. I weigh over 250 pounds. Still nice and solid. Two 2.5-inch regular stick screws. And it's still square. It's still square. So I think that's going to hold a little bit of weight for your shelf. And there you have it. So go on back, check out the video Woodshop of Youth, and you'll see how we made this one. And now you know how we're making the L brackets. They're a simple build. You don't need very many tools to do it. Have a great day. Cheers.